What's up, boys? Today we have got how to build self-discipline. Who could you have been if you had actually tried? So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so comfort. We all chase comfort, right? We're humans. But some chase comfort more than others. And I'm one of those people, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I chase comfort more than others. I have a very, very addictive personality. I have a problem with alcohol. Not like a current problem, not like I'm a fucking alcoholic, but I mean, I can't just have one drink. I can't just have two drinks. I can't just have three drinks. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink, if you know what I mean. Food. I know a lot of people in my life who have a big problem with food, and they chase that feeling of comfort and safety, of being full to the brim of food. But the thing is, comfort will only lead you to be a weak man. Chasing comfort leads to stealing happiness and joy from your future self, because it is instant gratification, right? Instant gratification is something that feels good in the moment, right? So porn, video games, food, drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be, but it steals happiness and joy from your future self. And all comfort will do is lead to a life of misery and regret. Excuse me, sorry. All comfort will do is lead to a life of misery and regret. Comfort won't lead to fulfillment and happiness, no matter how much we may need it or want it. It's a natural thing inside humans to want to feel comfort, but in this world, the world we live in now, we're safe. We're comfortable, right? We haven't got fucking saber-toothed tigers running after us. We don't have to go looking for food for days, right? We are comfortable. So we must actually do the opposite of that and look and chase pain and discomfort. Discipline, that's what it is, chasing pain and discomfort. We all must chase discipline. And what happens when you chase discipline? Discipline will lead you to become a strong man. That's what will happen when you chase discipline, right? When you chase comfort, you will become a weak man. When you chase discipline, you will become a strong man. A lot of people get this misconstrued, right? Discipline is not doing hard work, right? A lot of people think that. Discipline is not doing hard work. For me, going to the gym, I'm not practicing or using my discipline when I go to the gym, right? I don't need to, because I want to go to the gym. So it's not discipline. Discipline isn't necessarily hard work, right? Discipline is doing something when you don't feel. That's the key word there, is feel. Discipline is doing something when you don't feel like doing it. Alright? So, for me, going to the gym isn't discipline. But, say doing the dishwasher, that requires discipline, because I don't feel like doing the dishwasher, right? I don't want to do the dishwasher. So for me, going to the gym isn't disciplined, but doing the dishwasher is, right? It's practicing my discipline. For another person, going to the gym could be practicing their discipline, because they don't want to go to the gym. They don't feel like going to the gym. And doing the dishwasher could not be practicing discipline. I don't know, maybe they want to do the dishwasher. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to do the dishwasher, but maybe you do, right? Discipline is ignoring how you feel, but doing it anyway. And I believe that is probably the number one masculine trait, is discipline. It's ignoring how you feel and doing it anyway. It's not pushing away how you feel. It's observing that you feel that way and honoring that feeling, right? You must honor your feelings. Like, yeah, I don't feel like doing it. But it's all about the action. You may not feel like doing it. You honor that. You honor you don't feel like doing it. But you do it anyway. And discipline will save you on the days you don't have motivation, right? Because some days you just won't be motivated. Some days you will be motivated, right? I'm going to be honest, like, I love going to the gym course, right? Today, I've got to go hit leg day. And I fucking hate training legs, right? So, I've got to use my discipline to go train legs today because I don't want to, right? Most days I have motivation to go to the gym, but today I don't. And there it is. Discipline will save you on the days you don't have motivation, right? And what discipline will lead to is, of course, becoming a strong man. But discipline leads to a life where you feel fulfilled, right? Confident, proud, and strong. And that is what you truly want. That is what you truly want. So, how do we apply discipline into our lives? We start with the basics. Pick one area from your life, okay? Whether that be health, fitness, or work, right? Apply discipline to one of these areas first. Only one, okay? Only one. And we start small, okay? And I'll tell you in a minute why we only do one and we start small. So, for an example, the health one could be waking up at 8 a.m., right? The fitness one could be literally be doing 10 push-ups in the morning. It could be doing 10 push-ups. It could be recording one video. It could be sending one email. And then once we do that, right, we use the principle of progressive overload. If you go to the gym, you'll know what this is. But I assume some of you don't go to the gym. You're going to start going to the gym. You have to use progressive overload, okay? So what progressive overload is, it is starting small and progressively making the resistance harder over time. So I'm going to use the gym analogy, right? I wouldn't walk into the gym if I've never been to the gym and put 140 kgs on the bench press and go try bench press that, right? That's retarded. I'm not going to be able to do it. I've never been to the gym, okay? That is the same as some people trying to apply discipline, right? Oh, I'm going to go to the gym every single day, do a 2-hour workout. For my health, I'm going to eat 1,500 calories, only clean food. I'm going to go to bed at 8 p.m. and I'm going to get up at 5. And for work, I'm going to work 6 hours a day, right? They set the bar of success way too high. And all this will do is set you up for failure. Alright, so what you want to do instead is what I said. You pick just one of these areas and you start small. You start small, like whatever, okay? And once you can consistently do one of those, so for example, waking up at 8 a.m., then what you'll do is you'll start adding in. So you can wake up at 8 a.m., cool. Once you wake up at 8 a.m., you go and do 10 push-ups. Then once you can do 10 push-ups and wake up at 8 a.m., you'll start recording a video, or you can send that email that you don't want to do, whatever, okay? Then once you can do all that, you, for example, start waking up at 7 a.m. You start doing 50 push-ups. You start doing 2 videos, okay? So it's progressively overloading. You start small, and as time goes on and you're able to do that, you slowly add resistance. Right? Just make it harder. Oh, I just need a drink. So, how do I use discipline in my goals? I used to sit set, that's meant to say set, not sit. I used to set huge, big goals that I wasn't directly in control of every day. And I'll tell you what I mean. Like 10K a month, 10,000 subscribers, buy a Lamborghini, buy a house, get a girlfriend, whatever, okay? And then after a while, I just give up on them because they just seem too big, too far, too out of reach. You know, because those are big goals. And I'm not saying it's wrong to have these big goals, right? This is a good thing. It's a good, healthy thing to want to have these big goals. But there is a different way you can do it. And that is by using discipline in your goals, is making small daily or weekly goals that you are directly in control of and that you know that you can hit, right? So, for example, if one of your goals is 1,000 subscribers, instead of, like, yeah, you can have that as a goal, but the small goals for 1,000 subscribers could be record 3 videos this week, because that's the small action you can take right now to get you closer to that goal. Because when you set these big, huge, overwhelming goals, they just seem too far and you just don't know what to do. So you record 3 videos this week. If one of your goals is to get jacked, what do? You hit the gym today. You hit the gym today, right? If one of your goals is to become healthier or work harder, whatever it is, okay? It could be record the 3 videos. Get up at 5 a.m. That'll help you. So you put those discipline areas in the goals, right? You apply discipline in the goals by making it small, daily or weekly goals. You do not want to overwhelm yourself by setting these huge, big goals. I'm not saying you can't, but the way we take action and actually get ourselves closer to these goals is by setting small daily or weekly goals. So, this is an important thing, alright? You have to embrace suffering, because it's not going to be easy. I've never said, I'm never going to say this is going to be easy. It is going to be tough. It is going to be hard. There is going to be resistance. You're going to not want to do things. You're going to have fear, right? But you must embrace that suffering. You are actually more powerful than you think. Seriously, a lot of you don't realize how powerful, how strong you guys are. And you must embrace that pain and discomfort of suffering. When you're going through that pain, when you're going through that discomfort, when you're going through that suffering, you must smile and embrace it. You must say, this is good for me. This is going to get me closer to my goals. I love feeling pain. It may sound weird and you look like a fucking retard if you go do this shit out in front of people, alright? But it is so powerful to embrace that pain and suffering. And I promise you, after, you will feel amazing. You will feel so good. It is the opposite of that instant gratification. It feels alright in the moment, but then after you feel like absolute shit, you hate yourself. Oh, why did I jack off 3 times today? Why did I play video games all day? What the fuck am I doing with my life? When you practice discipline and you embrace the suffering, you will feel absolutely amazing afterwards. You will feel proud. You will get a healthy dopamine rush of that you achieved something, that you're doing the hard work. You will feel absolutely amazing. You have to just convince and delude yourself into thinking that suffering is good. Because, in actual fact, it is. That is how we achieve things. That is how we achieve success. That is how we get closer to our goals. That is how we do the things we truly want to do, is by suffering. And you kind of have to convince and delude yourself into thinking that suffering is good, because it is, right? A part of our brain will go, oh no, I need to be safe, I need to be comfortable, I just need to be at home eating lollies and jacking my cock. But you have to convince and delude that part of your brain that suffering is good, because logically it is. Suffering is good. You have to say it to yourself over and over that this is good for me. I love this. Smile at it. And there is no easy way to do this. As I said before, there is no easy way. Right? It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say all this bullshit that other influencers say, like, how to get abs in 5 minutes. Fuck you, bro. You can't get, like, it's hard. It's hard, okay? It's hard. It's going to take pain. It's going to take discomfort. And that is the whole point. That is why you want it, because it is therefore respected. If everyone had abs and they were so easy to get, no one would want abs. They're not special because everyone has them and they're easy to get. The reason people want abs is because it is respected, because it's hard to get, because it takes discipline, right? You have to take the action. That is the key point. Take the action and push through the pain. Alright. Thank you for watching, boys. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.